Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA, and today we're going to be taking a look at my very first pair of Birkenstocks. Now, I actually got these from Huckberry. They sent them to me as a sample. But I've been wanting a pair of Birks for quite some time, but I never got them because they're kind of expensive. These are $165. These are the Birkenstock Boston. But, I mean, it's suede, cork, and some rubber. So I didn't think they'd last. I always thought, man, that seems like it's a lot of money for a suede clog that's probably just going to wear out in like a month or two. But like 2 years ago, my wife got a pair of the Birkenstock Arizonas, which is the strap sandal version, and she still has them and still loves them and still wears them all the time and told me they are incredibly comfortable. So I started looking at them again. I also used to listen to the Heddles Blowout and what did they change it to? The Never Wrong podcast. And Reed, who was on both podcasts, I guess used to write for Heddles, he talks about and wears these all the time. So I decided it was time. I requested a pair. Huckberry said yes and sent me them as a sample. So I've now been wearing these basically every single day since I got them. Now, I will say Huckberry does give you a little bit of a style guide at the bottom of the page, and they do give you some good options of what you can wear these with, but honestly, I've been wearing these with everything and anything. I had these on today. I'm wearing a Flint & Tinder pocket tee and a pair of mesh shorts because it is super hot and super humid, and when I came home from work, I just wanted to take off my jeans and put on a light, thin pair of shorts because I wasn't going anywhere, so I threw in a pair of mesh shorts, and then Hazel wanted to ride her bike and need to walk Duke the dog, so I just put these on and out the door we went. These have been incredibly comfortable, and these have been basically a daily driver, whether I'm walking Duke in the morning before work, and if we do go for a run when I come home from work, when I'm walking Duke in the evening, these are going on my feet. Taking Hazel to dance class, these have been on my feet. One thing I did say when I first got these was that the arch felt like it was too far forward. And that was the first time I had them on. And honestly, the arch wasn't too far forward in the shoe. It just had a very big arch because this does have a cork footbed. So there is a suede topper here, if we can see it. There you go. So this piece here, this is like suede for comfort, but underneath is cork. So what the cork does, it molds to your foot. So you're essentially getting a custom shoe, because it's going to mold to your foot, much like a veg tan leather insole in a work boot. It's going to mold to your foot and give you a custom fit. So that arch wasn't too far forward. It was just really big because people have their arch and it's in a different spot. So basically what Birkenstock did was they compensated by making a very large arch, and then as you sink into the cork footbed, it's molding to your foot. So now this is like a perfectly molded to my foot shoe. After about 3 days, I noticed that it was fitting really, really well. And then after probably about a week or so, I didn't even notice it anymore. Like, I could still kind of feel it up on the front of my foot a little bit when I was wearing it for about 3 days. But after about a week, I didn't notice it. I completely forgot about it. And it really wasn't until I decided it was time to film the review that I started thinking back on my notes from my unboxing. And I was like, yeah, that arch was not too far forward. It was just a longer arch. So when you sink into the cork footbed, it fits your foot better to compensate for people that may have an arch a little bit further forward, an arch a little bit back, an arch right in the middle of your foot. So it was just smart thinking for Birkenstock to make it so once you sink into it, it's going to fit you perfectly. And these have been incredibly comfortable. These are a size 41, which would equate to an 8 to 8.5. Now, if you're unsure of your size, you can check the size guide. It'll give you a pretty good idea. Now, my Brannick size is an 8.5D. In sneakers, I'll usually wear a 9. So it's kind of back and forth what I wanted to try with the Birk, but I decided because this is a clog, I should probably err on the side of caution, go with the smaller size, because if they were too big, they would just kind of fall off my feet. So I went with the 41, and it ends up fitting me perfect. So down the line, when it's time to get a new pair of these, I'm going to get a 41 again. Now, I don't think I'm going to need a new pair of these for a couple of years, because as I said, my wife's pair is 2, if not 3 years old at this point. Now, they certainly look worn and used, but I did slide them on, and there's still a fair amount of cushion in there, and she wears them all the time. They're basically her go-to summer shoes, and they've got a lot of miles on them. So I'm pretty sure my Bostons are going to last at least half as long as their Arizona. So I got a year or two out of these. And because it's not like my all-day daily driver, I do wear boots or sneakers to work, and I'll put these on later on in the day. They probably expand the longevity of them. So these do come in at $165 USD, and Huckberry has them in stock in 4 different colorways: cognac, taupe suede, mink, as seen here, and oiled leather Habana. Now these all feature a leather or suede upper, a suede footbed lining, a cork sole, and an EVA outsole that they say is both flexible and lightweight, and I can attest that yes, this is both flexible and pretty lightweight. Now these do feature a strap that is adjustable. You can see it, I can pull it through. It'll slide, it's not sewn in there. So this is adjustable. They say it's adjustable for comfort. So if you did get these a little bit too big, you can potentially strap them down in the instep a little bit with the strap. Now I have not touched it. They have been pretty perfect for me where the strap was when I got it, but if you do find that they're a little bit too big, you could probably dial them in just a touch there, because yeah, it's just a belt. It functions. Again, I haven't taken it off at all, so mine have been exactly where they were when I got them. And honestly, I'm very surprised at how comfortable these were. These fit my feet almost perfectly now. I sank it to the cork footbed. And the one thing I didn't notice, my wife's do have them too, her Arizonas do have it, but I didn't realize that this was a suede lining. I thought you were just on the cork. While I do have shoes that have cork insoles, and they're comfortable enough to wear, but the suede lining feels really, really nice. They've been incredibly comfortable to wear. And yeah, it's like I do have multiple pairs of clogs or slip-on shoes that I can easily throw on and walk out the door and take the dog for walking. But I just find myself, as I'm going out the door, sliding on the Birkenstocks. They're easy to get on, they are comfortable to wear for a very long period of time, and I can walk for miles in these in a clip and be incredibly comfortable. So while I was hesitant for a long time to try a pair of Birkenstocks, and again, it was because I thought that they were just the cork and the rubber was just going to wear out and I was going to get maybe a summer out of them. So I didn't think they were worth $165 just because I thought they were going to just wear out and just be trash and it was just a waste of money. Found out that's not the case. These are well built, very, very comfortable. They're made in Germany. I'm impressed. I now know why people have been wearing these things for decades. They are nice and they don't look bad either. I mean, the style might not be for everyone, but I don't mind it at all. It's really comfortable. That's really what matters. It's really comfortable. And personally, I do like the style and look. Now, maybe Jeff 20 years ago would think this is one of the most hideous things he'd ever seen. But Jeff 20 years ago also slept in his jeans, would only wear skate shoes, would never wear flip-flops. Even when I went to the beach, I would wear water shoes, and then I would only wear them to walk to the beach, and then they would come off as soon as my feet hit sand. And I wouldn't wear sweatpants. Now I don't really wear sweatpants. I might sleep in a pair of sweatpants. I don't think I own a pair of sweatpants at all. No, I certainly don't own any sweatpants anymore. But there's a lot of things that Jeff from 20 years ago wouldn't wear, wouldn't use, or would just think was completely hideous. And while the Birkenstock might have been one of those things back then, it is most certainly not one of those things right now. It's been my go-to. I love this thing. I might accidentally wear these to work a few more times in the summer when it's really hot, because while I do love wearing my boots and I have a shelf full of really, really great boots, sometimes when it's 95 and 100% humidity, you just want something that's a little bit lighter, a little bit more comfortable, and something that I could probably just slide off underneath my desk and let my little paws air out if I need to. So if you're looking at a pair of Birkenstocks, I'd say snag a pair. Maybe use my affiliate link that's in the description box down below to get yourself a pair of Bostons or a pair of Arizonas. I dropped both of those links down there. They're both available at Huckberry. And if you do buy them through my link, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but I earn a small commission from each of the sales, and I'll let money goes back into this channel so I can continue to buy more products, continue to test, and make sure that these things that you're interested in because you're watching this video are actually worth your money. So the Birkenstocks, I think, are one of those things that are worth your money. I'm very impressed by how comfortable they are, and I now realize the folly and error of my ways and why people have been wearing these for decades, because they're pretty awesome. So with that, if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications the next time I post a brand new video. Good night.